Let me ask you a question. Do you want to ruin your Q4 sales? Of course you don't. You want your Q4 sales to be awesome and just better and better every year. But there's something that you might be doing that could be sabotaging your Q4 profits. And it all comes down to how you react when you see certain things online. And this is what I'm talking about. If you're like me, you might be involved in multiple Facebook groups that are involved with online selling, Amazon sellers, Facebook groups that are all about FBA sellers. In fact, we even have our own Facebook group, Full-Time FBA Facebook group. If you're not in it, you're welcome. It's free. You can go to fulltimefba.com/Facebook and join our Facebook group. But sometimes when you're in those Facebook groups, you might see something that could sabotage your Q4 sales. And this is what I mean. During Q4, and it happens year-round, but especially during Q4, people start posting pictures of maybe carts that are overflowing with items, or screenshots of their daily sales, or screenshots of their sales over the last day, or week, or month, or their sales for the entire year. And they're sharing these awesome, big, huge numbers, or these carts that are overflowing with inventory. Or maybe they got lined up 4 carts filled with inventory, and there's 2 ways that you can respond to that. There's some people who respond by being inspired and encouraged. And they're like, man, if this person can do it, I can do it too, and I'm just going to go out and make it happen. And that's awesome. If you are inspired by these types of pictures and photos, then great. More power to you. But there's some of us who might respond in a negative way. We might feel defeated. We might feel like, man, we're not doing enough. We're not buying enough. Our numbers aren't big enough. And we're just not going to be able to find success. And so if this is you, if this is how you respond with negativity when it comes to seeing these big numbers or big carts full of stuff, then the rest of this video is especially for you. I want to help you overcome this negative impact, because when we respond negatively and feel like we're not good enough, it actually impacts our Amazon business. It impacts the decisions we make, and especially during Q4. We might feel like we need to go out and fill up a cart. And that might cause us to make bad buying decisions, to buy something just to have a cart that's filled up. Or we might make really bad decisions in our Amazon business that cause us to cut corners, or maybe not even make much of a profit, just so we can have big sales numbers, just so we can have something to post online and feel good about ourselves, or at least feel like we're doing something right. I don't want you to make those mistakes, because when it comes down to it, we don't know the full story of these images that we're seeing online. I mean, there's 3 things that we don't know when we see those pictures. We don't know the profit numbers. I mean, we don't know if these things are actually going to be profitable. If we see carts filled with inventory, we don't know if those things are actually going to be profitable. We don't know the profit numbers, compared to the numbers people post online compared to what they're actually taking home. I mean, just because someone makes $100,000 in sales on Amazon doesn't mean they're taking home $100,000. No, they have to pay for their inventory. They have to pay fees. They have to pay Amazon fees. They have to pay for programs that they're using. They have to pay, supplies, polybags, tape. All those things add up. I mean, it's totally possible for someone who's making $100,000 in sales on Amazon to only be taking home $25,000. And so, just because we see big numbers doesn't mean people are taking home those big numbers. Second thing we don't know how they're spending their money, if they're using a cash-only business model or if they're going into debt to buy these items. And I just want to warn you, do not use debt to purchase inventory. So many things could go wrong. Your Amazon account could be suspended. You could be restricted from selling certain items on Amazon. So many things could go wrong that could cause you to lose out on all that money that you put into debt just hoping these items are going to sell. So Dave Ramsey says that debt is not a wealth building tool. I completely agree. And you don't know how these people are spending their money. And so it's important to know. You want to be able to understand the bigger picture. And then finally, we don't know if these items are actually going to sell. If we see these carts overflowing with inventory, that could be stuff that's just sitting in their Amazon shelves for months, incurring monthly storage fees, long-term storage fees, and we don't even know if they're actually going to sell or be profitable in the end. And so when you think about that, you don't know the big picture. Now, please hear me when I say this. I am not saying that everyone who posts a picture of multiple carts or big screenshots, I am not saying they're being deceitful. I'm just saying you don't have the whole story of what's going on. And so when you decide to feel discouraged and compare yourselves with them and their numbers, just realize you don't have the whole story. And it's really important to understand, don't compare your chapter 2 with someone else's chapter 12. You know, we all have different time involvement with our Amazon business. We've all at different aspects along the journey of what we're learning, of the lessons that we've learned, the mistakes that we've made, the things that we've overcome, the ways that we've been able to streamline our business. And so don't compare your chapter 2 with someone else's chapter 12, because that just causes more discouragement and causes you to start making those bad decisions, bad buying decisions, being like, I just want to fill up a cart, so I'm going to buy something that has a really low ROI and there's way too many competitors and I'll probably end up breaking even, but hey, it's going to look good. It's going to make me feel good having a big cart. Because yeah, it stinks to walk out of a retail store with an empty cart. But you need to realize that if you make the right decisions in the long run, you will be rewarded in the long run. And realize that this Amazon FBA business is not a short-term success story. It is long-term when it comes to the things that you learn, the lessons that you apply to your future buying decisions and selling decisions, so you can find that success in the long run. So I hope this has been helpful to help you overcome the potential of you self-sabotaging your Q4 sales, and even in the rest of the year, because people post these pictures throughout the year of big sales, big carts overflowing filled with stuff. And hopefully you can tweak your mindset to be able to start being encouraged and even inspired by seeing some of these pictures, thinking, hey, if this person can do it, I can too. So just be sure you are just really aware of how you're responding to these pictures on Facebook of carts overflowing and big sales numbers, so that you can make the right decisions for long-term success for your Amazon business. Well, that's it for today. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. If you want to be sure to follow us on the blog, fulltimefba.com is where the blog is at. You get a couple free PDF downloads, so be sure you go there, and I'll set you up with some good stuff to help you out your Amazon FBA business. That's it for today. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. See you later. Bye.